Hello everybody, my name is Eric, and welcome back to the finals. Now this is the updated guide to our ultimate sword, dash, and dagger, whatever video I posted like a couple days ago. We learned some new techniques, very recent, but we learned some new techniques already, and we're back at it in the training range for me to show you guys. Oh yeah, and if it wasn't clear when you click on this video is for those people looking to try to skill gap their enemies, so click away if you want to play a medium or your heavies. This is only for the lights. Only those who dare bring a knife to a gunfight. A quick recap, because I know a lot of you guys didn't watch the original video that I posted on it, so I'm just going to quickly recap. Run this load exactly as you see it, right over here. You can swap this part out for a stun gun, or this part out for a glitch grenade, and that is it. If you want more detail, go watch the original video. You run the sword if you want more consistent damage and slightly more longer range. Dagger, all or nothing, one-shot combo, way cooler, kind of inconsistent though, and if you whiff your right click, you die. Anyway, some just basic dash uses. You just use it however you want to use it, whatever situation calls for it. You only have 3, and the charge time is pretty low. Throws you up and a little forward no matter what you do. You can short dash by looking down, you can long dash by looking up. Not really helpful, but just for your information, for you to juggle in your big galaxy brain when you're slicing people up. Left clicks, 274. Right click lunge, 140. Melees, 240 damage. You can jump. When you're on the ground, you lunge. If you don't, you don't lunge. However, you can still dash in the air like this. Some easy combos on the medium is just right click and then go for a left click melee like that. Or you can do the melee as a right click first melee, cancel your lunge with the melee, and then left click. And you can throw in some dodges in and around because they're gonna start shooting at you once they notice you're there. Juke them a little bit with your dashes and then go in. Or you can just simply do 2 right clicks, and that kills the medium as well. Over here we have the lights on 1 right click, 1 melee like that, and you can one shot them. Heavies, you want a right click melee like that, and that's really all the combos you're going to need. Don't use any other variation of a combo because you'll be dead. Because if you ever start panicking and you start just spamming left click, it means 1, you already messed up your combo, and 2, you should be dead, but 3, you aren't because your enemy is bad. But don't gamble on that. Do the exact combos, those 3 combos. That's it. You have to nail those combos. Swapping over to the dagger. So basic combos that we covered in the previous video. If you haven't watched, left clicks, right clicks, no matter what, always do 50 damage, no matter what. However, if you're basically almost perfectly behind them, you crit for 320. And basically the whole goal of the right click is get behind someone and right click them, because if you don't do that, you're just dead. With your first right click, you lose, bar none. It will leave a heavy on a sliver of HP because it does 320 damage and 350. Just cancel it. Just quick melee like that. And we talked about combos. If you're behind them, you need to get in. The whole point of the dagger is nothing really works unless you're in range of locking distance. Notice how my crosshair's not on him, but if I right click, it hones it on him without me moving my mouse. That's the whole point on using your invis, your dashes to get in this range. Once you're in this range, you lock on. Then there's some crazy techniques. Whether they're behind you, then you already have it. Easy backstab for a kill. However, most of the time they're gonna panic, either notice you're there or just be shooting in general, or you just happen to be in front of them. That's where our combos technique, basic combos on a standing still guy. Get into lock-in distance, which is around. Time your right-click swipe down at the perfect time that it's about to strike. You want to dash behind and slightly look back at him, and hopefully the lock tracking will assist you in doing that, and you register as a backstab. And it's going to look like something like this. Like that. Slightly more advanced combo, but still covered in our last video, is the Akiba stick. If your cursor lags behind, or if they're standing still, you can purposely disjoint your lock for like half a second. Or if they're moving and your cursor moves away from them, you don't even have to look. Just time it absolutely perfectly with the dash ending behind them and the right click strike going down at the same time, and you'll slice through them, not even looking at them. What appears to be you right click critting them from the front, but it's going to register as a backstab, and it's absolutely cool, and it looks something like this. Like that. Notice I didn't even look. That's how gangsta it is. That's called the Akiba step from the first channel who discovered it. That's everything that covers the stuff that we talked about in our first ultimate sword, dagger, and dash combo guide, whatever you want to call it. Now, this has to do with animation canceling. And I'm not talking about the easy sword lunge animation cancel with the melee. I'm talking about hard animation canceling that you can do on even mediums and heavies. It's scroll wheel animation canceling, or just your inventory animation canceling. You quickly tap off your sword and come back into it, and it refreshes it. So, if you can think of any long animations that we need to cancel, such as the right click, notice how after the right click, in the previous video I said, and it's still true, after your first initial right click, this is where you usually die because you shoot back, so that's why you want to like dash, and then come in for the left click melee. However, we can cancel this long animation time with a hard animation cancel. Simply swap off into anything, swap back on. Extremely fast. Do it like piano fast. Now, you might be wondering, how do we do this on controller? And yes, you can do this on controller. And that is the equipment wheel. However, this is currently bugged for PC, so I can't really show you right now. But just trust me, they plan to fix it. Who knows when. Use the equipment wheel, and all you need to do, it's actually easier for controller players because they don't have to swap out. They can just swap into the sword again. Open the equipment wheel, drag up into the sword again, and it'll do the same thing as basically swapping off and swapping back in. There is 2 combos that are new, absolutely new. This one is going to solve basically the medium problem. Canceling the long lunge time, you can do it like this. After the lunge, there's that time where you can't left click, like I'm trying to left click, but it only appears there. I can even melee it, but even after the melee, it's still kind of long. So what's faster is after you right click, quickly swap off to anything, swap back on. I prefer something like a breach charge. If you accidentally swap off to like a pyro grenade and you accidentally, once you use them, you can't swap out. I'm trying to click 2, and it's not letting me. Same thing with this one. So these are not the best things to do. It's like just if you accidentally use them. But the breach charge or C4, this is amazing. Because even if you accidentally left click it during your animation cancel, you're not going to hurt yourself or anyone. And even after you used it, it's still in your hand. You can still animation swap with it even though there's no charge. So I highly recommend using something like a breach charge to swap. Want to right click, cancel this long animation by swapping to your breach charge and swap back out really fast. And it's going to look like this. Look how fast that was. Notice how your lunge distance was shortened. This is very important. You shorten your lunge distance. If you do it wrong, I guess not even wrong, you're kind of intentionally doing it. As long as you're aware, use that to your advantage. Now, if you do it way too fast, like this, your sword will just disappear. So you have to time it perfectly. And then you can pull out your sword, do your left click melee. That's the insta-kill, advanced insta-kill melee combo. Right click, hit the right click. You have to anticipate it. You can't, your reaction time is not fast enough. I don't believe so. So you have to anticipate your right click hitting, animation cancel, left click melee. That's the insta-kill combo. And of course, you can pair this with a dash. Notice how if you accidentally cancel it, your active frame is still there. It's just extremely close to you. So as long as you dash with it, you still have it. And I just accidentally showed the next combo, which is probably the most useful combo that I've ever discovered. Instead of using all these weird combos that are easily and very likely to mess up, or something might not hit and they're left with a sliver, which is a very common experience on the sword, you have the very reliable, this is annoying, you have the very reliable combo of just simply right click, and before you have to dash around a little bit to juke out and then go for the right click again, or like get behind cover. Now, you can do it so fast with the hard animation cancel. By the time that they look back and try to shoot at you, you're already lunging at them. So you start with the right click, and then you charge up the next right click during that animation cancel. They turn around, try to shoot you, it's already too late. Look how fast that kills. And this is the normal. And I even missed there. Jesus Christ. But that's slow as hell. And of course, you can use this in your aerial combat, during your dashes, do whatever you want with this knowledge. That's pretty useful. Your skill cap will decide your rank. Now, for the juiciest technique that I've seen in a long time. Now, you might be wondering, if our whole technique with the Dagger is to get behind someone and right-click them, why is there even a left click? It's really just for when you panic against a light and you just want to spam left click like this and go for 3 left clicks. However, now there's actually some viability to it. Now this technique is called the Calm Zin Combo, named after the channel that first discovered it. It's kind of ironic because whoever invented this technique wasn't even the finals streamer or posted content related to this game. However, he just had combo in the name of his channel, which is really ironic because he created this combo. This is not, you cannot do this on PC. Why? Because you need the scroll wheel. What you're doing is you're left clicking, you're canceling the long left click. You want to left click melee for a quick burst of damage like this. A quick burst is like bum bum, like a left right combo. However, that melee has a long cooldown, so you want to reset the melee animation. You want to go left click, melee, animation cancel with the 4-1, left click melee 4-1, left click melee 4-1. And it goes as long as you want. However, there's a special thing with the Dagger. You can hold down the left click button. And during your left click, while continuously holding this down, you can perfectly time your mouse or your animation canceling to cancel it. So it's good. Holding down left click, you can melee, and still hold down left click, and it'll just automatically do it. Now you might hear the swings. It's incredibly weird. You can't do this, or not that I've tried for hours, and I can't get this to work. Maybe I just suck. But holding down left click against a wall, you add that mark. Punching gets that mark. So you want to hold left click, and I just keep canceling it. And I end up killing myself like an idiot. But I will play a video right now of the original Calm Zin combo.
Works is you're going to swing your knife,
Yep.
quick melee,
Exactly as it
pull
said.
up your menu, make sure you select your dagger, and by selecting that dagger, that will allow you to cancel the animation.
This guy's
on
absolute
your elbow.
genius. And notice
So
how
when
his
you're doing this,
loadout
make
is
sure you're
basically
holding
identical
down
to
the
mine.
blade like this,
It's pretty
and at
unanimous
full
that the
speed,
Vanishing Bomb
it'll
and the
look
Breach
a
Charm
little something
are
like
absolutely
this.
S tier. Look at that combo!
As you can see right there.
Let's go back. Let's go back. So he's left click melee, animation cancel, continue the thing. However, you only do initial left click because you're holding it down continuously.
As you can see right there.
Like, what in the jumble technique is this? That is crazy. So, if you ever need a panic DPS combo from the front, and you just can't seem to get behind them, this is the combo you go for. The Calm Zin Combo. What a genius. Absolute genius. But however, I still suggest the whole point of the Dagger, you're most likely going to die to the shotgun in the face, or even whatever gun, they're just going to kill you. So I still recommend you still go for the right click backstab. It's way better than doing whatever combo that is. But it's there. It's absolutely crazy to do this. I'm not going to show any clips of PvP because I want to limit that to twitch.tv. I have a Twitch channel where I actually play the finals and showcase all of my sword game. I mainly like using the sword because it is, like I said, just way more consistent. Anyway, that's the video. If you want a play style or more tips and tricks or even skin recommendations, go check out my original video, which I will put an iCard somewhere in the earlier video. The same my first ultimate sword dash and dagger guide video. Catch you guys on Twitch TV or my next upload.